Welcome back to another episode of the HoloNet. Today, we're going to be talking about how to keep your love for Star Wars alive and floating in these rough times when we're waiting for stuff like Zero Company, when we're waiting for maybe the racing game will be good, when you're waiting for, God forbid, a good fucking movie or TV show. That's probably never happening again. I'm talking about all the stuff that's more under the radar. People like me who are super duper like ultra into Star Wars and have been around know about it, but someone like you might not, or maybe you're just as into it as me and you just haven't heard of it somehow, or you're too proud to really make that step. Because I get it, Disney sucks ass, but they do have a few offerings out there that are just as good for people like me and you to partake in and not feel like we're supporting something like shitty. Like for, shows you can watch. Andor is an amazing show. Obviously, the main way to watch that's Disney Plus. Maybe you don't want to fucking buy a Disney Plus membership. It's the only show I'm ever going to recommend you watch, even if you're an EU only guy. Just like fucking buy the Blu-ray box or the DVD box or the 4K. Buy it physical. Watch it that way. That's the only way you can curtail it, unless you surf the waves of the web, if you catch my drift. I guess that's a little bonus. I didn't even have that on my list. Watch Andor, step one. That's one way to keep your love alive. Some EU fans are like weirdly against it. I think it is the fact that they're like, their heart's in the right place, but their anger is clouding their judgment. The anger is clouding their judgment. Like a Sith or something. But Andor's fucking good. I don't know why anybody's hating it as much as they are. It really is just good. It doesn't, like, you could take that show and change it to any universe and it would be as good. But I'm glad it's fucking Star Wars. Now, the real first thing you might not know about to keep your love for Star Wars alive and thriving and get to connect with people who are interested in the same shit you're in, even though they might be Disney fans sometimes, it's good to, you can sway them over. You can be like, hey, Thrawn's actually better in the EU. Join our side. First one up is Star Wars Unlimited. It is a card game similar to like Magic the Gathering. Similar to Magic the Gathering. I'm not going to say Pokemon or something. I've never played like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh, so I can't really speak on that matter. But it's similar to Magic, except in my experience playing Magic the Gathering, I fucking hate it. It's like, it's almost fun, but the way the turns work, it's like, it's your turn and you do 100 million things, and then it's their turn and then they do 100 million things, and then it's just that. I fucking hate that, because it's like, you're not playing very much, and like, if you're going up against like a fucking you're going up against a fat dude like that, he's gonna do 1,000 things with his bullshit deck, and you just have to sit there and take it like, yes sir, please keep fucking me. It's bad. It's very bad. Magic sucks. Artwork's good. Anyways, Star Wars Unlimited is not like that. It's like Magic in the way that you're dealing damage points to the player directly. In Unlimited's case, you're dealing damage to their base. But every action you do in Unlimited, it's like, I place down this card. Now it's the other person's turn. He does something, and now it's like, well, I attack with this guy, and then it's very back and forth. You're always doing something. You're always locked in, and the tactical aspect of the game is very interesting. There's a space field of combat. There's a land field of combat. Depending on what base you choose, you can have different effects. You can have different special abilities. They're like one use per game or one use upon trigger of something. It's all very connected, very customizable, and thankfully they've actually given Legends a lot of love in that game, at least comparative to the rest of Star Wars. So there's like you have Old Republic units, you have really deep cuts from the EU, or maybe not super deep cuts, but they have like Z95 headhunters and like certain YT freighters and units that you maybe a fucking Disney fan's never even heard of. Like Neo Crusaders, I think, are in the game. A lot of very cool stuff. So even if you are strictly EU, or God forbid you're strictly Disney, there's something there for both people. And also, like, it's very interesting how you can make your decks. Everything's got a color. Everything's got to be light side or dark side. There's some neutral. It's just I highly recommend you play it. It's a great game. Great community, and it needs some more love. It is popping off, surprisingly, and there's new sets coming out, like 4 or 5 times a year, and it's still relatively new, so you can get in the scene and have a lot of fun and still be in on all the action. Next up, number 2, another physical game here, Star Wars Legion. Now, if you have been getting into other universes recently, because ours blows dick, you might have looked into Warhammer. I know I have. I've been getting into Warhammer 40K a lot more the last year or two. And the Warhammer game looks very fun until you see the absolutely monolithic learning curve of a Warhammer game, and you have to roll 1 billion dice and all this and whatever. Star Wars Legion is like Star Wars 40K, except with 2 caveats. A lot cheaper. A lot cheaper. Way cheaper. You can actually get an army and not have to fucking mortgage your house. So that's nice. And also, because it's Star Wars, the paint schemes are a lot more simplistic if you want them to be. So like a battle droid, that's like just tan and maybe like some dark brown highlights for like the servo joints in their arms and legs. Or Stormtrooper, all white with like a little bit of black. And obviously, because it's Star Wars and because Star Wars is the best shit in the entire world, if you want to get complex or if you want to get creative, you can. You can make your own Legion of Stormtroopers. You can make your own regiment of clones or your own colorway for battle droids. And as long as it like fits in universe or as long as it looks good, no one's going to care. No one's going to really mind. I personally got the Empire as my starting army. I'm still building it. I got it in a little thing here. I got a little Tupperware. I still have to paint them, still have to prime them and paint them, but I glued them all together. And it's an artistic hobby that you can really make your army convey you as much as you want, or just the military as much as you. If you just want Phase 1 clone troopers all white, you can do that. If you want to have them with a cool camo pattern, like I'm wanting to make my stormtroopers the 327th, like cool gold markings on their armor, it's gonna be sick. And the combat is way more simplistic than Warhammer, but still with enough depth to keep you absolutely entertained and absolutely thinking hard and like having a good time with your buddies. There's starter sets right now that came out last year, and I'm pretty sure they're still around. And if you want to get your own starter army, it's only like $100. Granted, if you've never been into miniature games, that sounds kind of like $100. Look at Warhammer prices for one fucking unit. You'll change your mind instantly. This is the only affordable miniature game I've seen. They're trying to get more people in on the action. If you're wanting if you're wanting in a artistic project that also mingles with your hobbies and also gets you out of the house, playing a nice fun game with a bunch of army dudes, that's the way to do it. Number 3, we have some stuff I've been banging this drum for a while now. The comics and the novels. That's 2. Obviously, our society, if you want to call it that, the generation we were born into, whatever. You might be older, you might be younger. We think reading is lame and gay. But it's not. Reading's actually kind of cool. There's a reason it's been around for 10,000 years or however long, or 1 trillion years. But if you're not, if you're wanting to step into the Star Wars Expanded Universe, which I hope you are, I hope you're staying away from anything post Disney acquisition. You might want to start off with a comic book. Might want to start off with a graphic novel, which all a graphic novel is just a collection of comic books in order to where you can read it. I recommend that. I personally don't really fuck with individual comics that much because it's just like the covers are awesome and the history of it's awesome. But if I'm going to read a story, I want to read it all in one place. I don't want to have to worry about ripping 100 different covers. But start with a comic book. And I would recommend starting with either the Knights of the Old Republic graphic novel series, which is awesome. You're going to love it. You're going to love it all the way up until the end, which the last section of it really fumbles hard, but it's like an addition onto the end of the comic, so you won't really mind. And if not the Knights of the Old Republic, I want you to start with probably Star Wars Republic, or I think it's just called the Star Wars Continuous Series by Dark Horse. And that follows all the way up from before they even find Anakin Skywalker, I believe, all the way up until through the Clone Wars. And if you really want to follow the comic series, through the Empire, even, or at least, through the dark times of the Empire. Very, very cool, awesome characters the whole time. Makes you care about some people you never thought you would. Like, in the earlier parts of the series, I think it's called Prelude to Rebellion, and a few comics after that, you're following Ki-Adi-Mundi. If you haven't read those comic books, you might be thinking, who gives a fuck? Who cares? Why would I want to read about Ki-Adi-Mundi? You're going to read that, you're going to change your mind instantly. He looks cool. He acts cool. He goes on awesome missions. He finds a Tusken Raider Jedi and his son. And oh my God, are you going to love it, dude? It's awesome. I never thought I'd ever care about Ki-Adi-Mundi, but reading those comics makes him awesome. It makes the guy who just has a long head and looks stupid and gets gunned down by Galactic Marines awesome. So get on that. There's a million other good comic books. If you want to go into the future of Star Wars Legacy is succulent, dude. It's awesome. So those are some good things to start at. As for novels, I can't really speak on novels too much. I'm just getting into them myself because I'm trying to become less of a retard and trying to read more, which I understand reading Star Wars isn't exactly synonymous for gaining knowledge, but, got to start somewhere. I've read, philosophers and whatnot, but I'm a Star Wars fan, dude. Fucking sue me. So I'd say Labyrinth of Evil is a very good book. Review coming soon. Path of Destruction is a good one. Ones everybody brags about all the time is like Kenobi. That's an awesome one, so I've heard. And, dude, the Thrawn trilogy. You got to read that. So I realize I'm going all over the place here, but that's why you people watch. Because I'm just off the cuff. I'm not scripted like some of these fucking Australians. So the mods is another very easy way to keep your love for Star Wars alive and well. I only listed a couple mods here. I'm sure in the future I'm going to make a very long mod video about just, all the best mods for every game. But in my personal opinion, the best Star Wars Battlefront 2 mod, obviously all these are only on the PC, is one called Pax Empirecae. I realize that like it's not a very normal word, so I might type it in the description so you know what to look up, like Star Wars Battlefront 2 mod, Pax Empirecae. Awesome mod. Makes the combat feel amazing. Whenever you're selecting your class, like the classes change skin every time you click them. Got a lot of really awesome features. The combat feels just exquisite. Best mod out there. Star Wars Movie Battles 2, a mod for Jedi Academy. Closest thing you can get to a competitive Star Wars game, round-based, class-based, iconic locations, still super active player base. The best mode is full authentic, but nobody plays it. And the people who do play it choose the worst maps and the worst modes for those maps. So good luck finding even one good server of full authentic. But if you can, it's the best. Star Wars Galaxy Restoration, which is a mod for Star Wars Galaxies. Just look up Star Wars Galaxies Restoration on your PC, download it, play it, you'll have a lot of fun. And one mod that will be out, it's supposed to be out this month. It's not yet, but it's supposed to be. Star Wars Battlefront 3 Legacy for Star Wars Battlefront 2. When that one drops, it's going to have open multiplayer servers. It's going to be fully functional, and it's going to feel like you're playing a completely new game. The canceled Star Wars Battlefront 3 coming out. It's going to be fucking awesome, dude. I'm hyped as shit. So those are a couple little avenues you can go. Star Wars Unlimited for a card game, Legion for a miniature war game, comics and novels to get your brain bigger and for you to fall in love with stuff that you've never heard of. Maybe you have. Maybe you need to re-dive into it. And the mods for when you're wanting to play around with some buddies. That's it. This has been the HoloNet signing off. See ya.